Hello YouTube. It is February the 2nd of 2025, and it's been a few days since I've been out here on this old D3400 engine. It's still currently in its upside down state. I've been away, so haven't had any opportunity to work at it anymore. Plus it's snowed in the last couple of days, so winter has really showed up. But we're going to go ahead. We left this project off at, we had the crank extracted out of it. So now we still have the pistons to deal with. So what I'm going to do is invert that block into the upright position. And I might even, once I sweep off all the snow, put that belt housing back in place at the end. Because once I do get the pistons broke free, I plan on standing it up on the bell housing and just working with each piston, bringing them out and cleaning up the liners and see what we got going on there. So without any further ado, I'm just going to clean up this snow, get rid of it, clean up the area around here, and invert that block into a position where I can rig up my jacking assembly. We'll see in a bit. Okay, it just happens to be that the sun is at our back here right now, and I can't really get the camera in there at a safe distance there to take a look, see what's going on, but and I don't have any lights available. So anyway, you can see the jack is just right there, and there's a beam above it. I got that orange handle pry bar in there for a pumping arm, like to pump the jack. And we got our chain front and back on the block, and we'll just see if we can get that thing to go down without losing everything. So far, I don't think anything is moving. We're tightening up on the chains and the block and everything. I'm just going to go get my paint marker and put a line on there. So far, I'm not seeing any movement. Okay, it's the next day. I let this sit under pressure overnight, and I had a mark on that particular hole you see above the block, and it has not moved. So I think we're going to do a little change of plans. This is the number 1 cylinder that is actually stuck the worst. So I'm going to remove my jacking device and move it over to the number 2 hole and see if that piston will move down. Okay, now we're lined up onto we got our jacking assembly there, big beam above there, chained in either end, and then we're lined up with number 2 cylinder. And we will just start putting some pressure on it, see if this one's going to go down. There, we got number 2 to travel. I think we caught that there. That jacking assembly is pushed that piston down an inch or so, and it's the jack is actually resting on one of those studs. So that's as far as I can go with that particular kind of a thing. We should be able to just tap them out later. But now I have to move everything over, and I have to move my support jack, which is that red one there. I have to move it over to this area here, so it just keeps the beam and everything up stretched out, like with tension on the chains, till I get the pushing jack moved basically into the area where the red jack is. Okay, this is a better picture of my system there. I moved the red jack over to the number 1 hole, just to hold that whole beam and chain up in suspension, and the main pushing jack is now moved over to the number 3 hole. So we will go ahead and pump on it, see if it's going to push out as easy as 2. And this one here is just traveling down already. No real fight to it at all. Okay, number 2 and number 3 piston have been pushed free. Just a matter of tapping them with the sledge and a block of wood. Tap them right through the bottom. So let's move it on over to the number 4. We'll try it. Hopefully it'll push out just as easy as the last one. And we have success. So we got 3 of 4 free. And we've already touched the one stud bolt. So okay, we got 3 free. Now we got to move back to the number 1. That is the ignorant one so far. I never located any more shims or pushing blocks or whatever, so I removed 3 of the head studs out of the front of that block. So now my jack will sit in amongst the remaining 3, so I can push right down to the top of the sleeve. So let's first off, I'm going to set that first pushing donut in there, because I'm going to use the acetylene, and I'm going to heat up the wall of that liner, and the block or that little donut will keep the heat off the piston, I'm hoping, so we'll not damage that piston. Not that we're certainly damaging the piston pushing on it like this, but whatever, got to do what you got to do. So I'm going to put that donut in place, get the acetylene going, warm up that cylinder liner, get my jacking assembly in place, and see if heat alone will get her to push through. Okay, we'll try that. I don't want to get too crazy with the heat. I don't want to overheat the top of that piston. Well, don't look like we're having much luck yet. Okay, well, we already tried the fire, so maybe let's just try some ice. Kind of like that. I'm going to run that propane line with the tank inverted, open hoses, up into the inside of the skirt of that piston. I don't know how long it'll take, a minute maybe or 2, but it should shrink that piston. We'll see if that made any difference. I'm just going to blow the crankcase with an air hose just to vacate some of that propane. So far, it hasn't moved, I don't believe. Okay, well, it's been quite a day. I've got 75% of my job done, as I got 3 out of 4 freed up. That number 1 is just not going to cooperate. Just straight pressure, time, heat, and freezing with propane. It doesn't seem to want to break free, so I'm just going to leave it set under pressure again overnight, and then we'll try it again in the morning. And then what I'm going to do in the morning is just take this apparatus down, use a block of wood and push those 3 pistons down, and then I will remove all the rest of the studs off that block, invert the block, and then we'll have to figure out something to push the piston out through the top with the liner. The liner should push out way easier than what we're doing here. It should come out. So I think that's the plan before we cause somebody some injury, namely me. All right, all we got for now. We'll catch up to you later.